vibe coding is over. So the new standard in AI coding is context engineering. So what is context engineering? So context engineering, you can think of it as a level up from prompt engineering. So as AI models are becoming more and more powerful, the bottleneck now shifts to input quality, the context that you give to the AI agent. So while prompt engineering focuses on how you phrase things, how you tweak words, context engineering is much more comprehensive. Okay? So you can think of complex engineering as the umbrella that has prompt engineering but other components. For instance, RAG, which is retrieval augmented generation, how does the AI agent retrieve knowledge, state history and memory, how it remembers previous conversations, prompt engineering, and also structured outputs, which is the format which the AI agent produces outputs. Yeah. So this was coined by Toby, which is the CEO of Shopify, and here he's saying that the term context engineering is more accurate and more descriptive of what we have to do in feeding the right information or the right context to AI agents as compared to prompt engineers. And here Andre Kapati also agrees with that. And here he's saying that the feeding of context engineering is both an art and a science of filling the context window. Right? So what is a context window? So context window can be thought of as the equivalent of working memory. So formally, context window of LLM is the amount of text in tokens that the model can consider or remember at one time. Yeah. So here he's saying that it's both an art and a science. The science part is the fact that we have to give it the right items such as task descriptions and explanations, few short examples. So few short examples means prompting technique. So RAG, which we have mentioned previously, data, tools, state and history, compacting. So too little of context we give to the AI agent, and the AI agent will build the wrong things. So it's a suboptimal performance. Too much context or too irrelevant context that we give, it will also be bad because the LLM cost will be high and the performance will also be suboptimal, as the AI agent will focus on the wrong parts of the prompts because there's a lot of context distraction. So and I also really like the part where he's saying that context engineering is just one small piece of the emerging layers or emerging thick layers of the LLM architecture, and which makes like the term ChatGPT wrapper really wrong. So I really agree with this, as ChatGPT wrapper for me is an oversimplification of AI agents. So next is the so I'm going to bring you next to this really interesting article by Lang Chain, and here they're saying that context engineering is becoming the most important skill an AI engineer can develop, and I agree with that. Maybe whether it's the most important, I'm not sure, but it is one of the most important, as the context or the information that you give to the AI agent is becoming more crucial. So I think further along the line, we have to treat AI agents as more of a human rather than the simple prompts that we've created previously. Yeah. And I think this article, another article by Lang Chen, is also really interesting. So here, another way of explaining context engineering is to treat like LLMs like a new kind of operating system. So the LLM is the CPU, and the context window is treated as the RAM, right? So so the RAM is the model's working memory. So just like the RAM, so LLM context window has limited capacity. So the most important thing in context engineering is to feed it the right information at the right time. So this is the context window, which looks like a RAM, and we have to feed it the right type of context, instruction, knowledge, tools at the right time to ensure the AI agent produces the right products or the right outputs. And to go deeper on context engineering, so these are some of the issues that longer context will cause. So one is context poisoning. So context poisoning happens when hallucination makes into the context. So something that the model makes up gets included in the context and is then treated as truth. So essentially you can think of it as garbage in, garbage out. So next part is context distraction. So context distraction is when the context overwhelms the training. So there's too much, too long or too dense prompts that the model fixates on the context rather than the training of the model. Next is the context confusion. So context confusion is when too much irrelevant or extra information leads to the model using the wrong part of the prompt. So this is often results in tools misuse. And lastly is context clash, and context clash happens when different parts of the context contradict each other, which is bad for the output as well. Yeah. So in this article, what it is saying is that these are some of the techniques used to address the previous problems with context. So the first one is writing context. So writing context means saving helpful information outside the context window. So think of it like a scratch pad or a memory bank, and like Claude or Cursor uses this a lot. Next technique that we can use is select context. So select context means pulling in only relevant pieces of information, like the right memory, the right tool, the right file at the right time, and this avoids overwhelming the model and helps it focus. And the third technique is compressing text. So compressing text means summarizing or trimming or pruning long history so the model stays within its token limits. So if you use like Claude Code, so it does this automatically when you hit 95% of the context window. And lastly is isolating context. So isolating context means like splitting it up across different agents, different environments or state fields. And this is especially prevalent for multi-agent systems like Swarm or LangGraph. Okay, so I think I'll stop here for today. In the next episode, we'll probably see a live demo of using context engineering in building a product or POC. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll catch you in the next episode.